Hey, what's going on everybody? Hilse here with you again, bringing you a straightforward video on dropshipping. These are the top 5 mistakes I see every single dropshipper do, and this is how you avoid them. So the first mistake I always see is people aren't patient. You gotta be patient with this process. Like, people are like, hey, I've spent $2 on ads and I'm not getting any sales. What could be wrong? Or hey, I spent $10 on an engagement ad and I'm not getting sales. Like, you gotta understand there's a process. The engagement ad is for feedback on your actual ad. You're not supposed to get sales. The link click is for link clicks only. You're not supposed to get sales. Add to cart ads are for add to carts only. Maybe you should be getting sales from that, but at the end of the day, the objective is add to cart and that's it. Purchase ads are the only ad set on Facebook that you should expect sales from. Everything else is just graduating you up to that purchase ad. The purchase ad is the end goal. Preferably purchase ad lookalike audience ads, but that's more complicated. I'll save that for another video. But you have to be patient. Facebook ads generally take 3 to 5 days to optimize. Facebook actually says it takes 7 days, but between the days 3 and 5, you're gonna have a pretty good idea of if this ad's gonna work in order for you not to waste a bunch of money on it. So when you launch an ad and you're testing a product, be patient. Don't check that ad every day. I would recommend not even looking at that ad set for 3 to 5 days because those first couple days, it doesn't matter. You could have a great engagement rate one day and then it could go downhill the next. It's optimizing, it's finding the best audiences. Let that work. You have to let it optimize. This takes time. And a lot of people don't realize that. They lose $7 and they're like, this doesn't work, I'm closing my store. It's like, no, like if you're getting into drop shipping, this isn't a get rich quick scheme by any means. You have to be consistent. If you give up easily, don't get into drop shipping because this is not for you. I promise that you're gonna fail if you're coming in with that mentality of, oh, what if it doesn't work? What if it doesn't work? Well, it's not gonna work. You already lost. How about you not even try? Be consistent, be persistent, and be patient. That's what I see a lot of people getting into drop shipping not doing. They're expecting sales right off the bat from stupid products that they're selling that everybody sells. And I'll get into that later in this video. The next mistake I see a lot of people do is holding on to baby money. Okay, you made $100 drop shipping, great. A lot of people get nervous and they're like, well, I don't want to lose that $100. It's like, you don't understand right here. That $100, if you invest that back into your company, could end up being millions, literally millions. But it's never gonna happen if you have this mentality of like, when should I pull out? When should I pull out at $8, $100? You don't pull out until you literally try everything and your sales go down, you know? I'm not saying you're supposed to just blow all the money you get, but I'm saying when you have that baby money, like $100, $1,000, or even $10,000, don't be scared to lose that, because the second you start to get scared is when you get nervous, and that's when you start making stupid mistakes and you start getting very frustrated and you're way more likely to pull out. Because in the back of your mind, all humans are risk adverse. You gotta understand, you can sell to all the countries in the world, but if you're just selling in the United States and you got 10 sales, that's a great sign. That is a phenomenal sign, but don't make that the end goal right there, 10 sales. You want to keep leveling up, leveling up, leveling up, and the only way you can do that is investing back into the business. I know a lot of people, and they're like, oh, I'm scared to lose $700. It's like, if you're scared to lose $700, just keep the $700 and quit now. It's like, why are you even, what are you even doing? This business is not meant for you if you think that you're gonna come in here, make a few hundred, and then quit. Like, sure, congratulations, you made a couple $100, but if you want to get serious about this, you got to have that mentality to make way more than that, and that's what brings us to the next mistake. And again, guys, I'm talking to about 100 to 200 people a day about dropshipping. Like, every single day, I'm personally responding to all messages. I don't have a bot or anything, so this is where I'm getting all this information. So another huge mistake I see people come in with is they don't have the $1 million mentality. And what that means is, I know a lot of people are like, yeah, I mean, it'd be great just to make like a couple thousand, or it's like, yeah, it'd be great side income. Fuck all that. Do not think like that, or you are gonna make that. It's like this. When I came into dropshipping, it was always 6 figures, and I have hit 6 figures, 160,000, but I never thought for a second, man, it'd be nice to make 1,000, or like, you know, I just like, it'd be cool to make like just like a couple hundred a month, you know, just some side income. No, because this is how it works. If you come in with the $1 million mentality that you're gonna make 7 figures, even if you get 10% of that, you're still at $100,000. If you come in saying you only wanna make like a couple thousand a month, even if you get 10% of that, you're gonna be making like $200 or $300 a month. You see what I'm saying? Like, mindset is everything. What you do in life reacts to what your mind is thinking, and it's sort of cheesy to say, but mentality literally is everything. If any of you have read the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, he explains this perfectly. Like really, it's all about what you believe, because your beliefs is what dictates your actions. So if you truly believe you're gonna make $1 million, you're gonna be way more likely to see the signs that point that way rather than saying I wanna make 1,000 a month. Then you're gonna be looking for the signs that will make you 1,000 a month. And like I said, even if you get a certain percentage of that, I'd rather have 10% of $1 million than 10% of $1,000. You see, so when you come into this, be full in on it. Don't look at it as a side income. Look at this as a potential full-time income. If you have that mentality, you're way more likely to make it than the people coming in saying, oh, it'd be nice to make some side money. No, you want to come in full force to this and then tell yourself, like, listen, this is a huge opportunity right now. This won't be around forever. E-commerce will be around forever, but dropshipping is always changing every single day. So now's the time to come in, make those sales, get that data, and start investing that all back into your business, or you're just gonna make a couple $100 and then go to the bar and spend it probably. I gotta be honest, you're probably gonna do that and everybody knows, or maybe buy a nice pair of shoes or something like that. Because if you really know what you're doing with like lookalike audience ads, with the pixel integration, everything, at the end of the day, the more money you make, the more data you have, the more you can put it into Facebook to make more money and then more data, and then all of a sudden you have a very solid foundation for your brand. Me personally, I've only sold one iPhone case. I'm at $166,000 and still climbing. I have a 16,000 person email list, all 100% targeted in my product's niche, and my Facebook pixel is a 6-figure pixel, so it's extremely seasoned, it already knows who to target, and so on. So you can do a lot with this, but you have to come in with that mentality that it's actually gonna work and that it's not just gonna be a small side income for you, or it will be a small side income for you. I don't know about you guys, but when I come into something, I think of the highest expectations and how to get there, because you're way more likely to be very successful in this if you're thinking $1 million than if you're thinking $10,000. Like, that's literally nothing with the potential of this. Remember, you're selling to the world right now. It hasn't been possible until like the past 10 years that this was possible, and now you're in the best opportunity ever in the world's history to live the free life, complete freedom, working completely from your phone, from your laptop, everything, all under your terms. Nobody's been able to tell me what to do for a year now. In a complete year, I haven't bowed to anybody, and it feels phenomenal. Life is amazing, and it is what it should be, and this is what it should be. You shouldn't have to bow to anybody. If you want that, congrats. Like, I'm not bashing that at all. I'm just saying, me personally, and I feel like a lot of people think the same way, the more freedom, the better. Because at the end of the day, it's like nobody really knows the purpose of life, but it sure does feel a hell of a lot better living it completely on your terms and not having to work for someone else's dream and being at the top of the totem pole in this. All right, the fourth mistake I see everybody, I'm talking everybody, make is they sell products that people can find at Walmart or like any normal local store around like the average area. It's like so many people drop ship watches or women's clothing. Not to mention the return rate on those two, but those are some very saturated categories. And then furthermore, you can go down the street and get it. I see people literally trying to drop ship USB charging cables. USB charging cables for iPhones. Is someone really going to order that from you and wait 2 to 3 weeks, or are they going to go to Walmart and buy it for the exact same price and get it today? Think about it. Stop drop shipping these stupid products that you can literally find at almost every single store. It's like, it makes me super frustrated for other people, and I'm not even doing it. That's how frustrating it makes me. You got to have unique products. You got to have products that will go viral in a video, because the more people that share it, the more Facebook will naturally boost that post. Like, it has to be unique. It has to be a product that someone just can't go to AutoZone, someone can't go to Walmart and get. Okay, now we're in the final dropshipping mistake I see pretty much every single person do when they start. They think that their general store with a complete random products, most products you can find at Walmart are stupid products that are very saturated. They think they can just upload it to this general store, run Facebook ads to it, and they're just gonna get sales like that. You got to think in terms of the customer. First of all, the customers are smart now. Like, the way dropshipping worked 3 years ago is not the way dropshipping works anymore. When a customer comes to a general dropshipping store, already tons of red flags are going off in their mind. One, why does this random store have a bunch of random products? Like, what's their game here? Why are all these photos like generic photos that I've seen before? Like, when they come to that, it's just all a distraction. It's all a distraction from the purchase. Mr. Brunson, who created ClickFunnels, said it best. He said, most websites are built to show off. Our websites are built to convert. And I'm not saying use ClickFunnels for e-commerce. I wouldn't recommend that at all. I'm just saying you want to use a ClickFunnels format. Because a lot of people create this general store and then in their mind they're like very pleased with themselves. They're like, yeah, I got a website. And then they get very disappointed when they lose $400 in ads because nobody's buying it. You have to make that website built to convert, not to show off and just please yourself. Like, your ego has to be completely out of this if you want to make big money in this game. Because Adrian Morrison, he did $5.5 million on his Shopify store. He sells like girls' bedroom stuff. Obviously he has no interest in girls' bedroom stuff, but he knows that there's a market out there. And I guess that would be the sixth mistake I see. A lot of people sell products that only interest them. Leave your mind out of it. Follow the data, not your mind. Like, the customer doesn't care what you think. The customer cares what they think, and you're going after impulse buys. So instead of this stupid general store that 300, 400, 500,000 people are trying this technique because all these gurus and all the tutorials on YouTube teach it this way, you gotta think there are literally 300 to 600,000 people trying it this way. Do you really want to toss your cast into a pond where 300 and 600,000 people are fishing? Or do you want to do it a completely different and smarter way and bring in a huge net and just reel all those fish in? And you do that with a highly converting one product store. Literally just one product on your website, no distracting products, no distracting tabs, no showing off, built to convert. And you want to think of it all in like a funnel. So at the top you should have like a video, some pictures, and description. You don't want it super long. Like, people ask me to review their sites and they literally have a description like a book. The average attention span is 3 to 6 seconds. That's why I hate long copy on ads. Long copy doesn't work. That's the old head version of doing things. That's like the old marketing tactics. A lot of people, they went to school for marketing and then they learned all these tactics that no longer work today. And no longer works today because that's just how society is shifted. It's like, with the phones, with social media, with everything, the attention span keeps getting lower and lower. You only have someone for 5 seconds and then they're gonna click away. So you better make sure those 5 seconds count big time. So when someone comes to your website, don't distract them with other products. Make sure what they're coming for is that product, and that product's the only thing that you're selling. A lot of people doubted me when I first thought of this, because I remember back a year ago, I was Googling like one product dropshipping store and I found no information. I was like, I really think there's something here, because I was reading the ClickFunnels book and like, he had a point. Like, you don't want a website, you want a converting funnel. So I tried this iPhone case way back when, about 10 months ago, and since then I've done 164,000 just on an iPhone case. I've collected 16,000 emails, very seasoned pixel. Now I have a really solid foundation for a brand in my product's niche category. And that's way better than tossing like 50,000 into brand development right at the start. Now I have the foundation that I know is gonna work, and I'm just gonna build on that and build on that and build on that. A lot of people see that upside down. They upload all these random products and they're like, oh yeah, sale here, sale here, sale here. And that's the other issue with general stores. If you're just selling all general products, you're not giving yourself a chance to season that pixel, and you're not giving yourself any like applicable data on the email list side. Because I don't know about you guys, but when I started drop shipping, I didn't think like, I'm just gonna make all my money and I'm gonna do this the rest of my life by just drop shipping random items. I was like, I'm gonna find one product, sell it tons, collect that data, and then build a long-lasting brand. Because brands last, drop shipping random products won't. I highly, highly, highly suggest you try this out. Do not do that general store, or you're gonna be fishing in that pond with 500,000 people. You wanna come over and you wanna do one product store. And I only teach one product store drop shipping methods. I have about 350 students right now. I have one person in Vancouver who got in early. He's already done 110,000 on one product. I mean, I myself, like I said, I've done 160,000 or whatever on just one product, and it just keeps going up. So you gotta ask yourself, do you really wanna fish in that pond with 500,000 people, or do you wanna try this highly converting method with about 300 or 400 people and just scale that to the moon and make a long-lasting brand? Because I promise you, your general store is not gonna work, or it's gonna work for a little bit and then it's gonna drop off and you're not gonna know what to do. One product stores is how you make a long-lasting brand. I'm telling you this from experience. My students are doing thousands of dollars, and it's only been open for like 2 months. So if you guys want more information on that, I'm gonna leave a link below, as well as a link to my Oberlo article where Oberlo interviewed me and gave the life story, all the details of how I got to where I was. And it's been a very crazy journey, but it was all about trusting my own instincts, doing something that nobody else could do, because my dad taught me, if you want to do anything, you better make sure you stand out, or you're gonna end up like everybody else. Do you really want to end up like everybody else, or do you want that rare lifestyle where you live life completely on your terms, nobody else's terms, and nobody can tell you a damn thing? And then on top of that, literally you can travel anywhere in the world at any time because this is 100% location neutral. As long as you have Wi-Fi, you can run this business. And then eventually you can just outsource it all, or your hands off, or you can sell it. Like for example, just my Facebook pixel alone was evaluated between $100,000 and $250,000. I'm not selling it anytime soon because I know the value of a long-lasting brand, and that's where I plan to take this. And I plan to just keep using this data to build into a 7-figure, 8-figure, and potentially 9-figure business. A lot of people will hear that and be like, oh yeah, right, well guess what? When I started this, I told everybody I was gonna make 6 figures off one product, and everyone said, oh, that's impossible, that's impossible. I did it, and now a lot of people are saying, no you didn't, that's impossible, that's impossible. So you really can't win. You have to do this for yourself. You can't do it for anybody else. I am winded, but yeah, that's basically it. Those are the 5 biggest mistakes I see people in dropshipping start. A lot of people will probably argue with me about this, but the only people who are gonna argue about this with me are usually the people who haven't made any sales or made like maybe a couple thousand. I'd way rather sell 14,000 of one product than thousands of products, if that makes sense. It's way more consistent, it's way more concise, and it allows you to start that one brand and let the Facebook pixel hone in on that one product. I already know this video is gonna be pretty long, but I hope that helped you guys out. Follow these steps, I promise you won't be disappointed. My students haven't been disappointed at all. It's pretty just amazing to me, and it's very humbling to know that I was able to help one person already make 6 figures. I mean, he just took a 2-week trip to Japan with his credit card points, because you make a lot of credit card points on top of this. Like, I haven't paid for travel in a long time, and I've gone, in the past year, I've gone to Seattle, Portland, Florida, Vegas like 6 or 7 times. I've been to Denver like 8 times. I'm going to Berlin next week. I'm going to Ohio tomorrow. And like I'm in LA 3 times in the past year. It's like, it's just been crazy, and all that was paid for from the credit card points. And I'll definitely do a video on the best dropshipping credit card to have, because the one I have, you get 3x points for every dollar spent in social media marketing. Right now across all my businesses, I'm paying $1,500 a day. And again, don't let that scare you. It all starts with $5 a day and you scale, but yeah, that's just how it is. I'm gonna end this video here because I'm getting winded, and I really don't like to make too long of a video, but I just needed to say this because I see people make these mistakes over and over and over and over again, and that's why 80% of dropshipping businesses fail, if not 90. This is Scott Hilse. Have a blessed day, and check out that link below. Peace.
I'm up, Scott.